Hey everyone, a little law school lesson out of the Supreme Court in a decision written by Chief Justice Roberts on guns and the Second Amendment today. It's a big one because we don't get that much out of the court on the Second Amendment, and it's been pretty much bad for the past few cases. But today it was good news. 8-1 decision with only Justice Clarence Thomas dissenting. The court upheld a law passed by Congress in 1994 that bans people with restraining orders for domestic violence from owning guns. This seems like a no-brainer, an easy one, but it wasn't, because a couple of years ago in a case called Bruin, the court reconfigured how we look at the Second Amendment and essentially directed the lower courts to get in their time machines, to go back in time to determine if there was a gun right, a couple hundred years ago at the time the Second Amendment was ratified, then you get that right today, even if there are other public interests at stake. The court pulled back on that and said no, kind of went into this arcane probe into, 18th and 17th century history, which is a little bizarre out of the Supreme Court, but essentially said no. Back in the olden days, there were restraints on dangerous people owning guns. You can have those restraints today. So it's a good day for women who disproportionately are affected by gun violence from domestic abusers. Over 900 women have already been murdered this year by gun violence, by their abusers. It's also, I think, important for this massive debate around originalism, this myth essentially that the Supreme Court, the conservatives, somehow don't actually exercise any discretion because they're just sticking to the plain language and the original meaning of the Constitution, and the more progressive justices who say, listen, we have to bring common sense and modern values. Essentially, the majority is admitting that it's hard even for originalists, and you got to call some balls and strikes, and you have to exercise some discretion. So it will make it possible, bottom line, to uphold more gun laws than was possible, frankly, yesterday. So thanks for listening. I'm Kim Whaley.